just move a little bit higher, Bitcoin will make another big move, and now completing this massive W formation. Technical target for this at $76,655. We will get into the second phase. Now alt season finally is about to start. Bitcoin is taking off right now, and I will show you where you're gonna get your last chance to take advantage of this move, and if you actually should get in right now. Let's go. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in here again. We will not waste any time and go directly into the charts. We are starting off with the DXY chart, and here's something a little bit surprising was happening over the last couple hours, and that is that we are actually bounced off from the 100.22 level. We had tested this here once, almost a little bit more, 8 days ago. 8 days ago, the last time we went down here. So we know now, if I draw here a horizontal level, that this is really, really strong support, and also the last line of defense for the dollar index. Once this line is broken, expect a really quick move here below 100 points, even all the way down to 99 points, something in that direction. And I still believe this is going to happen here in the next coming days, not weeks, days, guys. We are days away from that. Overall, the candle today is going to the downside. That's why we also see Bitcoin and crypto overall moving to the upside. While we're talking about this, let's now directly move here into the crypto part. But don't forget, guys, if you're looking for liquidity in this current market, and especially with all the calls that I have given you for free, then sign up on ZoomX. You still stand a chance here to win twice per week, $500 by just depositing $100 and have an account on ZoomX. The link is in the description below and in a pinned comment below. And of course, if you deposit a substantial amount, you can also unlock up to $45,000 here worth of deposit bonus, but only with the link in the description, guys. Now, Bitcoin got a really nice bounce here from $62,600 yesterday. If you would have taken the trade that I had given here, you would be up right now almost 3%, 2.85%, 10x leverage, 28.5% in a profit currently. And I'm telling you, if we just move a little bit higher, just a little bit, Bitcoin will make another big move here into this downward sloping resistance level of basically $67,000 more or less. This is not a really interesting part here, what I see here. When I go into the 12-hourly chart, here comes now the really interesting part, and that is that we are starting to break out of that bull flag formation that I have just shown you yesterday. So it's not too late to enter this. If you want to trade this, you can still enter this right now, because when we're looking at the risk to reward ratio here, with the technical target being up here, I think a little bit higher. There, kinda. So then you see 11.45% of a potential profit here from current levels against a 2.5% stop loss. So definitely worth taking here. This is a really good risk to reward ratio on this specific trade. But if you want to be a little bit conservative with your trading, wait for the break of $64,700 and that we close at least a 1 hourly candle above that level. Even though the indicators are all screaming we want to go higher. So here, these small red candles that we got here on the MACD, they are basically telling us continuation. When I see something like this, as small as here, I know I can ignore this and we get continuation to the upside price-wise. And at the same time, we got the stochastic printing currently, if we close this 12-hourly candle, a buy signal, and also the RSI after a small downturn is looking like that it will turn around here back to the upside. So we need to be a little bit careful here because we are here under a massive resistance, because from that level there's now acting as resistance here, we always went into a new all-time high. So we need to be here a little bit careful, or let me put it this way, we always moved into this downward sloping trend line that is now acting as massive resistance. So once we are flipping this underlying resistance level that we are currently facing, then we can expect that that the next move will be inevitably here all the way up to the $68,000 level. So, but because this is such a key level, we need to be a little bit careful and see how Bitcoin is reacting around it. But I can tell you, if we close a couple 4-hourly candles above that level, it's clear where we are going. On the daily time frame, what we should also not ignore is that we're here now completing this massive W formation that we were talking about for now a couple of days. And also here, once we're moving above $64,700 and closing a candle above that level, we are breaking the neckline and will get continuation to the upside. And here, the technical target, I just want to show it to you again. The technical target for this is sitting at $76,655, which will propel us into a new all-time high. So now, do I believe that we can manage to break here to the upside and go potentially a little bit higher? Yes, there is still some momentum left here. The stochastic RSI will give us, if we close today's candle as it is, another buy signal, but this will only last for another move for tomorrow. And then over the weekend, we will go sideways down, in my opinion. So the RSI is also quite high, 66% roughly currently. This can go a little bit higher, close to like 79-ish. And then I would expect a turnaround also from here. And this will coincide with a downturn in the stochastic RSI too. So remember, we are here pretty high, around the 90% level. We are about to get here another buy signal by tomorrow, but this will only last for 1 or 2 more candles to the upside, most likely going into the resistance of $68,000. And from there we get rejected, come back to the neckline, $64,000, retest this, and then go to the upside. So now if you want to trade this W pattern, 2 ways how you can do that. You can wait for the retest after we broke above the neckline, which would be normally the textbook way to do it. Or you enter at 64,000, trade this to around 68, get out of your trade. Now you compound the money that you initially put in this trade plus the profit and re-enter at the neckline if we're getting to the neckline. So if we have to enter a little bit higher, that would be still fine, because I still believe that here a small correction will be coming. But for now, everything is saying take off, take off, take off. Bitcoin is ready to move here a little bit higher. In terms of liquidation levels, you see here another reason why I believe that we will come a little bit lower, still depending on how high we go. If we get rejected from the $64,600 level or the $65,000 level, then expect here these over-leveraged long positions to be taken out between $62,000 and $62,700 approximately. So definitely expect then a quick step into this level here just to grab liquidity before we then get continuation to the upside. If we break above $65,000 and we can manage to stay there a little bit and potentially touch $68,000, then this level here, 65,600, 64,600, these will be the next support levels from where we can re-enter and trade this then into the $70,000 mark or even into a new all-time high. When we're looking at the liquidation heat map, also here, the concentrated liquidity here over the last week has built up below us, not above us. There's now a little bit more below us than above us, which is also telling me even if we get all the way up to $65,000, we need to have a small correction. I'm not saying that we need to come down here to $62,600, but I would reckon that we come to around $64,000 back if we go now to 65 or a little bit higher, which is not the worst case, guys. Yeah, not the worst that can happen to us. It's not the worst that can happen, you know. So just be prepared for it. If it's happening and we can add to our positions and then trade into higher levels from here. Also, guys, if you want money right now and you don't want to wait for the ZoomX money, like right now, go to Bybit, use the link in the description below, deposit $100 and claim your free $500 airdrop position on any of these coins that I mentioned here. Remember, I was really begging. I will not say what I actually did, but I let's just keep it at begging, you know, otherwise the video gets banned, what I did, you know. So to get this back for you guys, it's really easy to claim your $500 airdrop position. You deposit $100, you go to the reward hub and claim your airdrop voucher, you use the airdrop voucher, and all the profits that you make with these $500 belong to you. The $100 also don't need to stay there. Once you claimed your $500 position, you can withdraw them immediately again. But do it as long as you can, because I don't think that I can pull this off a third time. You know, I cannot pull this off a third time. So use the link in the description below and in the pin comment below. And if you want to see it, I can also show you here later one of the trades that I'm currently holding on Bybit. Now, the Bitcoin dominance is dropping here a little bit to the downside currently. We are getting closer to the 57% mark. Once we are breaking this and we are breaking under 55%, then we know, okay, now alt season finally is about to start. But we need this break that we are getting here closer, and forming here bearish candle constellations is already a good sign for further downwards movement in the dominance. Also, we should not forget that the path to altcoin season is always Bitcoin making a new all-time high, then it's Ethereum, then it's the large caps, then it's all the other coins. So we are still in the Bitcoin phase, but guys, really, really, really soon we will get into the second phase. So I would actually say it's now Ethereum and Solana. It's not only Ethereum anymore. And then we are seeing here crazy returns. So we are that close, guys, that close. We're not far away, that close to actually see this happening. So just a little bit more patience here, guys, just a little bit. Now let's talk about Ethereum real quick. Ethereum also moving into the upside. I told you guys yesterday that it was really strange that the stochastic is coming down, but price was moving up yesterday. Now stochastic is still coming down and price is going up. And it has something to do with the current resistance here of Ethereum. I mentioned that before, that because we are here directly under resistance, actually two resistance points, here that horizontal level and the downward sloping trend line, you need sometimes to ignore what the indicators are telling you, because price action dictates what's going to happen. So, and here I told you, most likely we are chopping around, retesting this level. Now with the current positioning of the indicators, I would expect a break through this and a really, really strong impulse move to the upside, because Ethereum did not really do much. Since August, we did not really do much. And we still have this imbalance sitting here that we need to take out at $3,123 all the way down to $3,016. So I can imagine that once we're breaking this downward sloping trend line, that we see a really quick impulse move into this imbalance here. So I would not be surprised to see this as early as after the weekend. Solana came yesterday down for a retest here to $147. Remember, I told you if you get it, take it. If you would have taken it, you would be up now 2%, I think, 2-3%. 4% up. So that is already good money. On my short-term portfolio, this is really close to where I actually close my trades. So a little bit higher. Let's say here at $154, that would have been most likely on that trade my take profit point for me personally, you know, because it's close to this resistance, and I want to see what's happening around that resistance. Long term, don't forget, guys, I'm in since $130-ish in that green zone. Every time when we came into this green zone, I was adding to my Solana position. So here I'm nicely up already. If you're looking currently to enter Solana and you want to have a Solana position, there is that we come back to this downward sloping trend line. So if you get it at $150, $149, you can enter from there and trade this to at least $162, $63 in my opinion. So which is still also a good setup here. Let's say you get 150 all the way up here. So this is 8% to the upside, a 1.71% stop loss. So also still worth taking. I will leave this here. And that would be the potential next trade. There would be an alternative setup if we break $155, but this will be then a scalp setup, and to the upside. So, but I wouldn't make it really tight here. So these are the two setups that I would be trading currently. So just above $155.60 in the worst case. But if we get here a small pullback to 150, that is the better entry. So both trades are fine. We just need to see what comes first. Injective is right now a beast. Again, we saw this last year when Injective was moving like crazy. So the crazy moves are back. You can see it. We are above the W pattern neckline. So here, don't forget the technical target of that W pattern is all the way up here at $34.66. So this is also the next trade setup. You can enter this right now if you want to. It's not too late for that. If you want to play it safe, wait for a break of $23.90. The indicators telling me that we are running here a little bit out of steam pretty soon, which is fine, you know. So if we can manage to break above $24 and start then consolidate sideways, that would be absolutely fine with me before we get continuation into higher prices, and will most likely give you ample time to enter around the $23 to $24 dollar mark. So write this down, keep this in your mind that these are the levels from where you want to enter into this position all the way up to $34.66, because this pays big. This is like here 52.5%. If you want to trade decentralized with a centralized exchange feeling and you're in the US or in another restricted country, don't forget that I have also partnered up with AlphaX. There's a really, really good decentralized exchange. You get up to $5,000 if you sign up with the link in the description below. And there, most of the altcoins that you find on centralized exchanges are actually also over there. So this makes a lot of sense if you're in a country where you're restricted for Bybit, for ZoomX, for BitGet, Binance, whatever, and want to trade on leverage. This is the platform where you want to do that. So take advantage of that. Now, one of the new coins that I want to show you currently, that you can, for example, trade on AlphaX, but also on ZoomX, is Render. I pulled here already the Fibonacci extension levels. So you see here we have also a bull flag formation currently. Now, if we measure this, then here is the technical target, really close to the extended golden ratio here. The 1.618 at $7.83 and $7.60. Once we are breaking here $6.24, this becomes a really good entry. Here's a lot of momentum still left to go to the upside on a stochastic RSI. MACD about to print a buy signal. Only the RSI going down a little bit currently, but this can still change really, really quickly. But I would wait for this proper breakout. If we get rejected from here, then $5.90, $6 to $5.90 would be then a good level to enter, which is a little bit more risky. I just want to mention that it's a little bit more risky, but it might also pay better, you know. So just that you know, if you are trading more on the safer side, you need a break at $6.25 before you can enter this to trade this into $7.40, and I would extend this into the extended golden ratio here to $7.83, which will give you how much? This is also a 25.6% move to the upside, and I would reckon here to $7.42 it's around 20-21%. Telegram finally moving. So this is the trade that I want to show you. So I'm up here currently 5% on this position. I was waiting a long time for this break to the upside. I'm still not really happy with it. I could have traded so many other coins where I would have made the money that I wanted to make on this trade already 3, 4, 5, maybe even 7 times, but I was waiting for it for a really simple reason, because today Hamster Combat launched on Ton, the network. So, and I was actually underestimating the user numbers that they have. They have 100 million users. 100 million users that need to use now the Ton network for fees and for transaction fees to play the game. Can you imagine what's going to happen here over the next couple of days with the Ton coin? You can disregard all the indicators because this is completely user driven, and I reckon we will be before Monday sitting here at the golden ratio. Now, technically, Is this a good moment to enter? No, because we are printing here a reversal pattern right now to the downside. Even though we have here a golden cross, the MACD is losing momentum. The stochastic is here topping out, and the RSI is going sideways slightly down. So this is not, on the 4-hourly chart at least, not the best moment to enter. But the higher time frames look different. I think the daily was different. No, actually not. It's not much better. So yeah, so it's not the best moment to enter currently. But if we get this pump tomorrow into $6.14, I reckon that we are starting to consolidate around the $6 level before we get that pop here into $6.40, into the 200 moving average, and into this downward sloping trend line. If you are looking for a trade here on Telegram, remember the 0.5 level, $5.82, is the level that you want to see a 4-hourly candle closed above to enter. Or if we get a pullback into $5.67-ish, that would be the other level from where you want to enter this current. So watch out for these levels, because I think Telegram will surprise us here and will catch us off guard in the next couple of days with all these users fluxing into the TON network. Then Rune is just a beast. There's no other word how I would describe this. I told you yesterday, guys, $5.25, 22, $5.22. If we get it, there you want to enter and look straight afterwards. We are shooting it to the upside. So I hope you were able to catch this trade. If you did, you are up now 6% on this trade already, but I also gave it to you at $4.75, so you would be up here already now. It's like 14%. Would I enter right now? No, definitely not, because we just pumped here to the upside. Indicators are overextended on the 4-hourly time frame. On the higher time frames, we are also overextended. We are above the 200 moving average. So a pullback into the 200 moving average, into this green underlying area would make a lot of sense, but also into the EMA ribbon. I just want to remind you guys, when we break above the EMA ribbon, we usually get and move away that much from the EMA ribbon. Usually we come back close to the EMA ribbon to retest it as support and then get continuation. So here might be a deeper pullback looming into next week, and I would be here a little bit careful with that. So it can also be that we just chop around until the EMA ribbon is catching up, and it will be then somewhere here around the $5.10, $5.20 mark, where we are then touching the EMA ribbon and get then continuation. So, but watch this currently, because this is not a moment where you want to enter this. You will just provide liquidity to everybody else who wants to take profit. Then HNT is still facing this downward sloping resistance line. We tested it yesterday, failed to break above this on the 4-hourly chart, but we are really close to get here a golden cross as early as tomorrow, I would say. Yeah, that looks like tomorrow evening where we're going to get this. With that golden cross, I expect that we are going to break this downward sloping trend line. Once we get here a move above $7.75, I would enter this. Or if we get a steeper pullback into the 200 moving average once again to $7.40, also this is an opportunity to get into this and trade this to at least $8.70 or all the way up to $9.20 actually. So watch out for this break here, because on the 4-hourly chart there's a lot of momentum still left to go here to the upside, and also the higher time frames have still some juice left here to move into higher levels, especially the 12-hourly chart. And the last one is Phantom. Phantom also strong bounce here. Yes, from the 12-hourly chart here in the previous candle for today, and look here at the stochastic RSI. So there's so much more room to go to the upside. Also on the MACD, if we only close the current candle as it is, I expect by tomorrow we will be above 80 cents. Most likely. I also want to have a look here on the daily chart, how things are looking there. Yeah, also there, so look here, buy signal, RSI going to the upside, MACD bullish, above 200 moving average. That's why I told you guys, when we were at 64 cents, I said enter here, and I called it from all the way down here at 38 cents. Down here is where I called it the first time, and said take some profit here at 64 cents. If we break above that, you can ride this a little bit higher to 75 cents. So now you see why I actually set this here on the daily chart. We are also not far away from a golden cross at current trajectory. We should get one as early as Saturday in 2 weeks. And with that golden cross, most likely the price will be already above 80 cents at that point. So if we get another retest of the 200 moving average or at the 50 moving average while we are moving higher here into this golden cross, take this as an opportunity to open a trade, because otherwise the next point where I would open one would be above 72 cents, but only with a 4-hourly close to trade this into 85 cents and then potentially even to 95 cents all the way here to the upside. I don't believe that we will get any lower than that, because we have now multiple times retested these levels, and they have shown strong support and strong reactions every time when we went into them, which makes it highly unlikely that we are breaking them anytime soon here to the downside. And guys, that's it for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget, smash up the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you again tomorrow.